There's a phrase in this world that has crushed the dreams of millions. I don't feel like it. But there's another phrase that has propelled people to extraordinary success. I don't feel like it, but I'll do it anyway. This is the essence of discipline. Discipline is that inner strength that pushes you to act even when every part of you resists. It's the foundation upon which true success is built. No amount of knowledge, skills, or connections can replace it. Without discipline, consistent action is impossible, and without action, success remains out of reach. But why is it so challenging to cultivate self-discipline? We see others committing to something extraordinary, like the 75 Hard program, and we're inspired to start our own journey. But then a week goes by and that initial spark fades away. Peter Hollins, in his book Power of Self-Discipline, reveals that we struggle to maintain discipline for 5 key reasons. These reasons share a common thread, and understanding it can unlock the door to unshakable self-discipline. One of the key challenges we face in life is the constant temptation to indulge our senses. We spend our lives chasing the fleeting pleasures of taste, touch, and sight. Imagine you're someone who loves sweets. When a delicious cake is offered to you, your resolve might crumble because the allure of the taste and smell is just too strong. But after indulging instead of satisfaction, you may feel a sense of regret, vowing never to give in again. This struggle with our senses is something many of us face, and overcoming it is crucial to mastering self-discipline. Another barrier to self-discipline is allowing negative emotions like jealousy and animosity to take over. It's easy to criticize others, especially when you're not putting in the effort yourself. However, when you feel these emotions, they can be so overwhelming that they undermine your self-discipline. Instead, channel that energy into positive action and support for others, turning jealousy into inspiration. Then there's the pull of apathy and laziness. Apathy and laziness can hold you back from reaching your full potential. Just as lions and tigers rest until they need to hunt, we too are wired to conserve energy. However, unlike animals, we have the incredible ability to rise above our instincts and push ourselves to achieve great things. Remember, the path to self-discipline is not about being perfect. It's about making conscious choices every day to be better than you were yesterday. By recognizing these challenges and facing them head-on, you can develop the self-discipline needed to live your best life. Anxiety and regret often stand in the way of our dreams. Imagine a young girl with dreams of becoming a doctor. Every time she sits down to study, she's gripped by anxiety, wondering if all her hard work will ever pay off. She might even regret the time she's wasted and tell herself that studying now won't make a difference. This kind of anxiety can be a silent killer of self-discipline. But it's not just anxiety. Hesitation, disbelief, and uncertainty can also sabotage our efforts. If you lack belief in yourself, it's hard to stay disciplined. You might think, why bother going to the gym if I can't keep up the pace? Or, starting an online business is too risky for me. However, it's precisely at these moments of doubt that self-discipline is most important. The key to overcoming these obstacles lies in understanding 2 fundamental forces: pain and pleasure. We all do things either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. We work hard to avoid the pain of poverty and look at Instagram for the joy of seeing funny memes or attractive people. But here's the truth. Short-term pleasures often lead to long-term consequences, whether it's gambling, junk food, or other destructive habits. On the other hand, activities that may seem painful in the short term, like studying, exercising, or starting a business, are often the very things that lead to long-term fulfillment and the realization of our dreams. This is the secret to self-discipline, learning to harness the cycle of pain and pleasure. When you read the biographies or listen to the interviews of disciplined people, you'll often hear them talk about how they used their hardships as motivation to work hard and escape their circumstances. Take someone like Jocko Willink, a Navy SEAL, for example. For him, not getting up at 4 a.m. is unthinkable because it goes against his identity and everything he stands for. Or consider someone who knows that if they don't push themselves, they might face hunger and hardship, and this knowledge drives them to work harder. The real challenge lies with those in the middle class, who have their basic needs met but still crave something more from life. They want to achieve greatness, but they struggle with the motivation to put in the hard work. To tackle this challenge, I offer you a simple yet powerful exercise. Take a sheet of paper and divide it into 2 columns. In the first column, write down what pain discipline will help you avoid, and in the second, the pleasures it will bring. For example, if you're determined to start an online business, imagine the pain you'll escape by being disciplined. No more bosses, no more traffic jams, no more listening to your colleagues' complaints. Now envision the pleasures that discipline will bring you. Picture yourself traveling the world, showering your loved ones with generous gifts, and living a life filled with freedom. The more vividly you visualize this pain and pleasure in your mind, the easier it will be to stay disciplined. Picture the pain you'll leave behind and the pleasure you'll gain. Feel it in your heart. The stronger you make these images in your mind, the more motivated you'll become to take action. But let's take it a step further. Make a second list, one that captures the consequences of not being disciplined. What pain will you avoid by staying in your comfort zone? Maybe you won't have to push yourself too hard. No one will ridicule you because you're not stepping out of line, and you won't face the risks that come with striving for more. And what pleasures might you gain by avoiding discipline? You'll have extra time to scroll through Instagram or binge-watch YouTube, and you'll get to sleep more. Now shrink those rewards and consequences down to their true size. Is that extra time on social media that fulfilling? Is the pain of others' judgment so unbearable that it's worth giving up on your dreams? The answer is clear. Here's a way to supercharge this exercise. Choose one task where you need to be disciplined and commit to completing it at least once. After you've done it, revisit your list with your imagination fully engaged. Feel the pain of staying stagnant and the pleasure of moving forward. This practice will reinforce those feelings in your mind, helping you turn discipline into an unstoppable habit. It doesn't just change your behavior, it transforms your entire mindset, making discipline a natural part of who you are. There's something crucial to understand when it comes to discipline, your personal approach. According to experts, there are 2 main approaches to discipline: moderation and abstinence. Some people naturally find balance. They can indulge in a small piece of cake or enjoy the occasional cigarette without overindulging. They know when to stop, maintaining control over their habits. Then there are those who, once they taste a slice of cake, feel compelled to eat the whole thing. If they drink heavily. If they smoke, it quickly turns into a chain-smoking habit. It's easy to see which category you might fall into. Understanding this about yourself is crucial because it will guide you in shaping your habits for success. Choosing the right approach is essential, otherwise you risk falling short of your goals and struggling with discipline. If you thrive on moderation, tackling something like the 75 Hard Challenge might drive you to the edge, making it tough to see it through. Instead, focus on activities that allow you to develop discipline while maintaining a sense of balance. On the other hand, if abstinence is more your style, then a challenge like the 75 Hard might not seem so daunting. For you, it's often easier to commit to doing nothing at all rather than something occasionally. Share your discipline style in the comments. Personally, abstinence is the best fit for me. Now let's explore another powerful way to enhance your self-discipline. changing your time orientation. According to Stanford professor Philip Zimbardo, people generally have one of three time orientations: past, present, or future. Those stuck in the past often say things like, "I've always failed," or "My best days are behind me." This mindset prevents them from developing self-discipline because they aren't thinking about what they can achieve tomorrow. They're stuck believing that the status quo is unchangeable. This mindset can hold you back, preventing you from taking the steps needed to shape a better tomorrow. Then there are those who live in the present. Within this group, there are two types: the hedonists and the fatalists. Hedonists are all about seizing the day. They want to experience all that life has to offer in the here and now. They take risks first and consider the consequences later, embodying a carpe diem mindset. Fatalists, however, feel trapped in their current circumstances. They don't like their present but believe they have no power to change their future. What these two types have in common is a desire for instant gratification, whether it's through cigarettes, alcohol, gambling, or adventure. But instant gratification is the enemy of discipline. To truly cultivate self-discipline, you need to shift your focus toward the future, toward what you can build, achieve, and become. Envision the person you want to become and let that vision guide your actions today. By doing so, you harness the power of discipline not as a restriction, but as a gateway to a more fulfilling life. You need to focus your time and energy on the future. There are people who don't define themselves by their past or even their present. Instead, they are always looking forward. They're constantly asking themselves, "What can I do today to move closer to my ideal future?" These are the people who understand the power of delayed gratification. Now I'm going to share with you a powerful exercise that will help you become a master of self-discipline. The core idea is simple yet profound. Discipline is like an emotion. When you lack discipline, you often feel doubt and uncertainty. But as we discussed earlier, the antidote to doubt is resolution, a deep, unwavering commitment. Resolution is an emotion, just like joy or sadness, and the more you can nurture and amplify this feeling within yourself, the stronger your discipline will become. The first step is to become aware of when you feel that sense of resolution. For instance, if you have a craving for chocolate but decide not to give in, pay close attention to the feeling that arises within you. This is the essence of discipline. The next step is to build on this by choosing something moderately challenging to give up. If you're struggling with something like smoking, quitting outright might be too tough to start with. Instead, pick something simpler but still challenging, like deciding not to eat cookies for 3 months. It's important to choose something that isn't too easy but not overwhelmingly difficult either. Each morning, remind yourself of your commitment and make an effort to amplify that feeling of resolution as much as possible. Think of your resolution as a fire within you that needs to be stoked and fed every single day. The more you practice this exercise, the more you will understand what it truly feels like to be disciplined, what it feels like to have a firm resolution. Over time, this exercise will elevate your self-discipline, empowering you to achieve your greatest aspirations. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on self-improvement and living a life of purpose. Let's keep growing together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.